Good evening, everyone. It's truly an honor to be here today to share my story about how AVID helped me through the most difficult times. I want to begin my speech with a quote from the famous heartfelt movie of 2013, The Vow. Life is all about moments of impact and how they change our lives forever. What if one day you can no longer remember? My story begins on November 18, 2012. This is all I remember from 2012, besides hearing of all the stories of what I did and what I achieved. I was playing in a showcase with my travel ball team when I was running for a foul ball when I should have let it go. For some reason, I darted to that ball hoping to make some spectacular play, hoping that the college coaches in the stands were watching. The only thing those college coaches saw was me diving into a pole and being taken off the field by the ambulance. To be completely honest with you, I have no memory of this. All I have is pictures of me in a room with a neck brace and a banner that said homecoming in the background. To be honest, I don't even remember if I attended that dance or how I was even asked. December 19, 2012, I attended my volleyball banquet. I won MVP, but I couldn't recall a single game. From November 18 to the middle of January, I wasn't walking through the halls at school with my friends. I was at home laying down because of the daily chronic headaches. I was suffering. I was in pain. I was confused. I was forgetful. I wasn't the same Camille anymore. In fact, the doctors had no idea what was going on for me. I demanded for answers as the days, weeks, months, and tests passed by. I would just sit and think to myself, sophomore year was going amazing until that stupid pole got in the way. For those who knew me, knew I was a hard-working student athlete, constantly striving towards that dream of stepping foot on the college field screaming, I made it. This is all I ever wanted. I held a 3.7 GPA and was constantly bugging college coaches. A couple months later, I was diagnosed with stage 4 PCS, which stands for post-concussion syndrome. Scared to think that one stage higher, I would have been in a coma. Attending school became a huge challenge. I couldn't make it a second period without feeling dizzy, lost, confused, or a headache. My boyfriend Brian and my AVID peers would walk me to all my classes, making sure I sat in the correct spot. My teachers had to explain themselves several times just so I could understand what they just said. For the longest time, I couldn't pass a test or a quiz. I forgot all the material learned the day before. My parents scheduled a meeting with my teachers to discuss my issue and how I can become successful in school. The words spoken from my teachers to my parents left me in absolute tears. Some of my teachers and psychologists mentioned homeschooling, quitting softball, dropping out of AP classes, taking lower classes, and more. Words could even describe the feeling I had deep inside my gut. I hollered, no. I will find my own way to make my life work here at Westminster High School. I walked out of that conference room with my head held high and my glove in my other hand. The walk to the ball field seemed like it took forever. I just constantly thought to myself, should I listen to them or should I follow my dreams? In order to follow my dreams, I had to become a student athlete all over again. I had to do something to change the way I studied and learned before I got back on the field. So I did what every other AVID student would do. I took notes. Tons of notes that filled my binder just after 1 week because I was motivated in getting that passing grade. I managed to use my time wisely with the overload of extra work. I worked twice as hard in AVID and made every single minute count. At the time, the only people that supported me in my decisions were my AVID family. My AVID peers had always stood by my side. My AVID family was there to remind me about upcoming tests and how I should study for them. Every tutorial, I would sit in a small group and just ask all the questions I had in my head. Sometimes I took up the whole tutorial period. They were always there to encourage me not to give up. Now that I'm recovered, I'm looking forward to returning that favor to all those that helped me through my sophomore year. I always try to find a way to help them because I'm so grateful for everything they've done. Ms. Bajikin and Mr. Dykes encouraged me to keep doing what I was doing, and it worked. And I'd like to take the time to acknowledge Mr. Dykes that's here on the stage, on the stand, or whatever. They demonstrated that repetition in my notes will make studying less difficult. They were always there for me when I needed them. With their help, I was able to obtain an iPad from Ms. Schwartz, which helped me keep organized. Despite still having symptoms of PCS, I was able to be successful. Without AVID, I wouldn't be who I am today. Because of AVID, I was able to be a part of the graduation class of 2015. Because of AVID, I was able to follow my dreams of becoming a collegiate athlete. As of fall of 2015, I'll be playing college softball at Golden West College under direction of Coach Susie Brasney, also known as playing and coaching Team USA. Because of AVID, my dreams became a reality. Thank you, AVID.